What's going on, YouTube people? Today, talking about flipping up. I guess that's what we're calling this. So, over the last while now, I guess year plus, I have been sending stuff off to the old COMC machine and kind of moving off stuff. Most of it is, I mean, if you're new to the channel, maybe you haven't seen the videos, but a lot of it is just like random inserts, $1 card, $3 card, $5, maybe a $10 or $15 card here or there. Typically raw that I typically get from opening boxes. So, I'll open boxes, send some stuff in for fresh pulls, move off of it. And it's just things that I don't feel like messing with. I don't like to mess with plain white envelope. I don't like shipping that stuff. I just don't have time to deal with it. So I will gladly pay COMC their cut to go ahead and do that. And that is channel partner COMC. And today is sponsored by channel partner COMC. So keep that in mind. File that away in the back of your head as we are moving through this. This video is sponsored by them. So I send that stuff off and I sell it. And I build up a bankroll. Right now, as it sits, I currently have a little over $4,000 in sales on COMC. And that is almost primarily all from stuff I have sent in. A lot of different ways you could do COMC. A lot of people buy on there and flip on there. I mostly send stuff in and kind of do it that way. I just don't have the time to sit down and kind of dig through and find stuff that I want to buy and then, leave on the site and flip. So what I've been doing is building up that bankroll. And now that the national is starting to approach and we're starting to creep towards that time, I have started cherry picking as cards come up. I've been watching a lot of auctions and then finding things that buy it. Now, so far I've only grabbed a couple of things to buy off of there and have them shipped home. Listen, could I just cash out the money? Yeah, I could. Pay the 10% fee or whatever it is that COMC charges, have a check cut, have it sent home, and then just take the money and go buy what I want. I could absolutely do that. That would be the easy way. But that's not the fun way. That's not fun. It's to me, it is more part of, doing all this nonsense is the transactional nature based of it. It is fun to wheel and deal. So for me personally, what makes sense for me is I send that stuff off and sell it. And then I use that to consolidate all that random $1, $5, $10, $15 stuff down into a couple nicer cards. And in this batch, there's 3 cards. There are 2 cards that I purposely bought with the intention of, if I move them before the national, cool. But the plan is this is ammunition for the national. I'm using those COMC funds to purchase stuff for the national. I've also bought some PC cards. You guys have seen them on the channel, over the months. Some Gwen stuff, some other Marvel stuff here and there. I'll purchase on there and have it sent home. So in this little batch, we have 2 cards that I bought purely for the intention of moving off of no later than the national, and also a really, really cool PC card. So first up, y'all know me. I love myself a good color match. The national is in Ohio. I am located in Ohio. And we snagged a little Jamar Chase PSA 9 rookie orange refractor. This is out of 249. Got a little white in the corner up there. I did look it over because I was curious on why it got the 9. A little tiny issue on that back corner is most likely why. The rest of the card looks pretty good. It's slightly off center, but it's not too bad. So, little Jamar Chase color match for the first one. I think I got this for, like I said, I think it was 120, 125, something like that. And then have this bad boy shipped on home. I figure that will be a popular one locally. The big one that I bought, I got this one for $900. I've actually had this on the account for about a month or so. I just never had it shipped home. Actually went down below 900 for a hot minute. This card was creeping on about 800. And then with the trade that they recently made, it spiked back up to 1,000 and is now actually sitting right back at 900 again, give or take. I have a feeling it'll probably stay flat-ish or maybe bounce up a little bit between now and the Cleveland National. And that is a PSA 10, silver CJ Stroud. So we grabbed this off there. This will be fantastic ammo to have at the National. This would be good trade bait. Like I said, could I have just taken out the cash, paid the 10% fee, had the money sent home, and just walked in the National with cash in pocket? Would that have been the smarter decision to make? Quite possibly. But it's less fun. And, you know, sometimes we get all caught up in the nonsense and the shenanigans and the drama and this and the that. And I think we lose track of kind of why we're all here. For me, anyways, this is the stuff that's fun. Having cool cards at a trade night, interacting with other people, slinging deals, stumbling across a card that you didn't even know existed or that you would never thought you would see at a particular event, and then making a deal for it. And football rules the day when it comes to trade nights. Worst case, I'll just sell it to a repacker for 80 or 90%. Last but not least, a really cool PC card. This came up at auction. There was actually 2 of them. I wanted to win them both. I got outbid on the first one, and I said, no way in hell am I getting outbid on the second one. This one hits on a lot of different stuff that I collect. Big non-sports card. I feel like anyways that this card is criminally underrated given the significance of what this person has done just across 2 different franchises. So what we have here is the Iron Man 2 Jon Favreau auto. Picked this up for about $300. I think the other one went for just under 300, and I was bound and determined not to lose this one. I lost the first one that I lost was from Iron Man 3. They ended a day apart, and I went hard at both of them. Like I said, I got outbid on the first one, and there was no way I was losing this one because I really want one of these. I really wanted one of his autos. Obviously, Swingers is kind of where he got his start, but best known for, you know, he is the architect of the MCU. You know, he gave us Iron Man. You know, as much as Downey gets credit for it, and don't get me wrong, he deserves a ton of credit for it, Favreau was the mastermind in those early days. And if it wasn't for him and Downey combined, I don't know if Marvel, comics, pop culture, that sort of stuff is at where it's at today. And then for him to like basically complete that masterclass and then move over to Star Wars and give us all the stuff that he's doing over there with Dave Filoni is chef's kiss. So I just think this is really important card and auto. And I think in the long term, you know, something like this, people could look back one day and be like, oh man, yeah, because he doesn't have a lot of stuff. That's the other thing. His stuff is very rare, and these do not come to market very often. Go look at eBay sold history. One of these sells like every 6 months to a year, give or take. So that's why when one popped up, I absolutely had to have it. But between the Marvel stuff that he's done, between the Star Wars stuff that he's done with Mando and some of the other shows, and who knows what else he may end up doing in the future, this is one that I absolutely had to have. This fits in nicely with, and the great thing about this card is that it is twofold, because I am a big Marvel collector. This scratches that itch, and then I have the big Star Wars PC, Star Wars Stellar Auto collection. And though this isn't a Star Wars Stellar card, to have the Favreau to pair up next to the Pedro Pascal Mando, that's, I mean, chef's kiss perfect right there. Now I guess I need a Robert Downey Jr., but that's the price of a Civic, a slightly or a heavily used Civic. I think a Robert Downey Jr. auto from Iron Man 1 Rittenhouse goes for like 6 to 8K, depending on the auto. So I don't know that I'll ever end up with one of those. I would probably go after a Hamler Fisher before that. There's a lot of things on the list that I would need to get to before I made a move for a monster non-sport auto like that. But this for $300 feels like an absolute steal. So once again, that is how I like to use COMC. Send stuff off, sell it, grab some things for future ammunition, and pick up a cool PC card all at the same time. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. Catch you on the next one. Peace.